Students, and welcome back to Simple Learning. This is the first video in the series of semester 2 videos for your page by page discussion of syllabus of your different chapters. As requested by one of my subscribers, I'm starting with the world history. So the first chapter I'll be discussing is the United Nations. So you can take your book and check along in the video which topics are to be done and which is not to be done. So here in the chapter on United Nations, we will be doing the objectives of the United Nations, and we will also do the composition and functions. Here I've struck it out because it was last year, no problem. You will be doing composition and functions of General Assembly, Security Council and the International Court of Justice. So when you start the chapter, the first paragraph always is an introduction. So I always advise you to read it to get the setting for the chapter. And in that first paragraph, you have a date called October 24, 1945. Mark it as MCQ like this, so that you remember this date as the formation of United Nations, and this could be a subject of your MCQ. Now you do not have to do the reasons for the establishment of United Nations, so you can strike it out. All the points given here, you can strike them out. Origin of the UN also is not in syllabus, so you can cancel that as well. And then the thing you will start with, and it's actually very important for your long answers, is the objectives of the United Nations. So all the main objectives are listed here, and in your exam, even if you write the first line properly, that will have keywords and you will get marks. So if you see the first one, again I've marked MCQ here because you may be asked, where are the objectives of UN mentioned? They are mentioned in Article 1 of the Charter of the UN. And then the objectives are given down there, 5 points are given. So you can remember even the first sentence easily. First is to maintain international peace and security. And you can always read through it. There's no harm. You can always add to take collective measures for prevention and removal of threats to peace. Second is to develop friendly relations among nations based on the principle of equal rights and self-determination of people. Then third is to achieve international cooperation in solving international, economic, social, cultural or humanitarian problems. Still here also if you write it's fine. Next is to be a center for harmonizing the actions of nations in the attainment of these common ends. And last but not the least, it's not numbered, but you can always number. This is acceptable in ICSE exams because I've done the board corrections also. So you can always add disarm, decolonize and develop are the 3 new objectives set by the UN. So you can remember them as 3 Ds. Disarm, decolonize and develop. Thereafter you have a heading called Principles of the United Nations, that is cancelled. Okay, so starting with the organs of the United Nations, there are 6 main organs of the United Nations. That is the General Assembly, Security Council, International Court of Justice, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council and the Secretariat. But the last 3 are not in syllabus, so you are not doing them. You are doing the first 3, that is General Assembly, Security Council and the International Court of Justice. You start with the General Assembly and learn this term. It is a main deliberative organ of the UN. And then you have to do the composition and the functions. Any 4 functions you can select of the General Assembly, but there is a catch there which I will let you know. Composition of the General Assembly, you have to do here that all peace-loving members means the member countries of the UN are members of the General Assembly. Each state has 5 representatives in the General Assembly, but each state has 1 vote. And then when do the sessions of the Assembly take place? They take place on 3rd Tuesday in September and continue usually till the 3rd week of December. Then this whole composition you have to learn, children, that there is a new president, 21 vice presidents and chairman of Assembly 6 main committees, which are elected every year when the session takes place from September to December. Then you have to understand that in the General Assembly, for important matters which are discussed, there is a 2/3 majority which is required for a resolution to pass. So this could be your MCQ. How much majority is required? It is a 2/3 majority. Then look at the picture. You should be able to recognize that this is a UN headquarters in New York City. Thereafter, you have another thing here, that decisions on other questions which are not that important as per the world situation, those other questions are decided by the General Assembly by a majority of members present and voting. Majority would mean a simple majority like more than 50%, but on important matters you have 2/3 majority. Now so many functions of the General Assembly are given. There are about 9 points given here, and you can learn for your long answers any 4. It says any 4, but actually the maximum marks that you have in your semester 2 sample paper, maximum mark question can be a 3 marks question. But nevertheless, it's always good to write one extra point in case something goes wrong, and you have to learn any 4. So learn any 4 functions, but then I would suggest to you learn any 4 functions for writing, but at the same time you must learn this for MCQ, that General Assembly appoints the Secretary General on the recommendation of the Security Council. So mark it for the MCQ. Who appoints the Secretary General of the United Nations? So it is the General Assembly on the recommendation of Security Council. Then there is a Uniting for Peace resolution mentioned here. It was adopted in 1950. So that also you can mark for MCQ. And the next organ is the Security Council. It is the executive body of the United Nations, and it has a primary responsibility for maintenance of international peace and security. Now this is very important and very board favorite, children, that you learn the composition of the Security Council. As you must know, it has only 15 members, which is like 15 countries who represent in the Security Council. 5 are permanent members: China, France, Russia, Britain and US. This is important again for your MCQs, that you know which are the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. And then other regions are represented on this basis. The 10 non-permanent members are from Afro-Asian countries, 5 members, Latin American countries, 2 members, Western European and other countries, 2 members, and East European countries, 1 member. And these 10 non-permanent members are also elected by the General Assembly for a term of 2 years. So these small details you must remember for your MCQs. The presidency of the council rotates monthly according to English alphabetical listing of the member states. Then another term used here under the discussion of the Security Council is the veto power. Here you have to mark this line as important, that each of the 5 permanent members are given a power where they can veto a resolution. Now what is veto? The negative vote of a permanent member of the Security Council is called a veto. So what happens is, if the permanent members like China, France, Russia, UK or US use this power, then the council is powerless to act if any of the 5 permanent members uses the veto power. Right? So this is an important discussion here. And again, you must see the round-shaped seating of the Security Council. You must be able to recognize the picture that this is the UN Security Council. Then again, you have powers and functions. You can always learn any 4 powers and functions. You can see here how I marked the lines. Even the first sentence containing the keyword can be written as a function. So maximum 3 marks question you will get, but at least 4 you must learn, and always advisable to write 1 extra in the exam as well. So these are all the functions. 10 functions are mentioned. You can learn any 4 functions of the Security Council. The last organ you will discuss is the International Court of Justice, which is the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. You also have to remember for MCQ, it is located in The Hague in Netherlands, and it was set up in 1946. Now here also, children, you have to learn the composition. All these paragraphs you will read, but you have to learn the composition, that it consists of 15 judges elected for a 9-year term of office by the United Nations General Assembly and Security Council, sitting independently of each other. And then you must be able to recognize the picture of the International Court of Justice. It looks like a palace, so you can easily recognize it. After that comes the details of the powers and functions. Here again it says any 4, but there are so many powers and functions mentioned that I would request you to learn all, because it's not only powers and functions. Here the first word written is the parties. So here the parties means the opposing sides, the opposing countries are known as parties. And it is a court which deals with international law. So basically it deals with disputes between the member countries of the United Nations. The court is a source of all applicable law. It solves the disputes in accordance with international treaties and conventions in force, and international customs, general principles of law, and subsidiary means, judicial decisions and teachings of the most highly qualified publicists. So whatever has been already done and whatever treaties have been signed by the countries, in accordance with that, the court settles the disputes between the different countries. Then you will do voluntary jurisdiction, compulsory jurisdiction. This is all in syllabus. Advisory opinion. The court gives advisory opinions to only the 5 organs of the United Nations and 16 specialized agencies. You can mark this. Only the 5 other 5 organs of the UN and 16 specialized agencies of the UN can take advice from the court, because this court is an international court and it tells them about international law. Then you will do that the court is a source of codification of international law. They describe international law and change it as per the changing times. And then there is a paragraph here, evolving procedures for peaceful settlements of disputes. This also you have to do as per your syllabus. The decision of the court is made by a majority of the judges present. A member of the United Nations is obliged to comply with the decision of the court in any case to which it is a party. So if they fail to comply and fulfill the obligation, the other party may take up the matter even in the Security Council, which becomes a major issue thereafter. So this all you have to remember, the circumstances and the word international law in relation to the International Court of Justice. The last part is not in syllabus. Economic and Social Council you can cancel. Trusteeship Council you can cancel.